This is Mrs. Gallant, and today we're talking about multiplication of two-digit by one-digit numbers. We're going to first start with area model, and we're going to go ahead and label our place value in our combination here. So I have an O above 5 because there are 5 ones, and I have an O above 3 because there are 3 ones and 23, and a T above the 2 because there are 2 tens. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and underline my 5 because I know that I'm multiplying everything by 5 here. So I'm going to put 5 right here at the bottom of my area model box. Now I want you to be aware that this area model means that there would be 5 rows and 23 columns going down in this model. And so what we're going to do is we're going to break this number down. And how many tens are there? There are 2 tens. So that's 10, 20. And I'm going to put 20 there. And then how many ones are there? There are 3. That's 1, 2, 3. And so we broke it down into expanded form, which would be 20 plus 3. That would be 2 tens and 3 ones. Okay, and we're going to take that and put it across the top of our model. And I always put my addition sign because that's a reminder for me to make sure that I'm placing my line in my box in the appropriate spot. We don't want to put it down the middle because we do want to show that a 20 by 5 would be a larger array. So we do want to make sure that we are making the correct space there. Alright, so since we're multiplying everything times 5, I say that we put 5 in the box in this area model, and there would be 20 columns here. So 20. And that is one combination. And then in this area model here, we're going to say that there are 5 rows. That's 5 rows going across. Times or by would be a dimension 3 columns, and that would also be a combination. So small array, the whole box would be your large array. Okay, 5 times 20 is 100, and 5 times 3 is 15, and we're going to add these two numbers together. So 100 plus 15, and that's going to give me 115, and that's my product. And if you notice here at the bottom, I put my large array and my 2 smaller arrays down here, and the addition sign because I added those 2 products together. Okay, all right, partial product. This typically goes a little bit faster than area model. The difference is that the area model will count as a model on any state testing, and partial product is more of a process. So let's go ahead and put 5. We know that we're going to be multiplying by 5, and again I labeled my ones place and my tens place, and I'm going to use color coding here just to represent the ones and tens place. But you're going to multiply from the bottom to the top ones, bottom to the top ones, so that's going to be 5 times 3, and then I'm keeping my marker red here for 1 second, and then I'm going to multiply, go back to the bottom in the ones place, and multiply 5 to the tens place. So I'm going to change my color to purple because my 2 right here is purple, and a lot of my students like to say, oh, it's 5 times 2, and I'm like, is it 5 times 2? How many tens do you have? They're like, oh, I have 2 tens. That's 10, 20. So I need to put 20. And then I can go ahead and multiply out. So 5 times 3 is 15, and 5 times 20 is 100, And again, I always talk about lining up my place value, even with my addition. And we can multiply it out, and it's going to give me 115. And that is the product of 23 times 5. And if you notice, this combination and this combination, when added together, it gives you the same product as your area model. And they're also the same combinations over here in your area model. So you could put 23 times 5 equals or is the same as 5 times 3 plus 5 times 20. I hope this helps, and thank you so much for listening and taking the time.